Hello, hello, and good morning. And I would like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land here where it is overcast. It's supposed to be around 26, I think, today. I think maybe, but so far it's starting to get a little bit stuffy. So, good morning and welcome to Friday, the 9th of January. All right, so we've got a couple of things today. So yesterday we had the Venus conjunct Mars at 1:43 p.m. Today we have the Sun conjunct Mars at 10:40 p.m. All right, so now it is at 19 degrees of Capricorn. So I think they're all still at 19. Oh, no, the Sun is at 18, Mars is at 18, and Venus is at 19. So, like I was saying, at 10:40 p.m., the Sun and Mars conjunct at 19. Now, Mars in Capricorn is excellent for long-term goals, all right? It's about having the energy to do the process. Now, in saying that, I think this morning we may need to go with the flow a bit more. So the moon in Virgo up until 11 a.m. when it moves into Libra is opposing Neptune. All right, so we definitely have more of a dreamy type of morning, unless you're doing something that is very spiritual, like you have a spiritual perspective, or you're going into something that is artistic or musical or psychological or dreamy, then awesome. You'll find your flow. But if you're doing something that requires a little bit more effort and determination, then you might not be able to find your feet until after that sort of 11 o'clock mark. All right, so there's that. Now we are moving into the moon in Libra, trine Pluto at 5 p.m. All right, so we're looking at balance. Now, Venus is still in Capricorn, so the balance that we're finding may be more clarity around these foundational things that we're working on at the moment, whether that is subconscious foundations, because we do have Saturn, Neptune still conjunct at Pisces, or whether that is the business processes that we are all sort of getting back into the swing of at the beginning of the year. Now, it does not look like it's working today, so let me click the buttons and say, oh my gosh, look at everybody. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Amy. Hello, Barbara. Good morning, Susan. And good morning, Julie. So nice to have you with me. Thank you so much. All right, so let me read the words. So, can't find the flow this morning? Don't fight it. Your current situation is not your final destination. As the day unfolds, clarity will come back. Just pick the habits that bring you the most calm and ease, better than picking a battle you know you won't win. All right. So again, just go with the flow. Now, after 8 p.m., we do have a square to Mercury starting again for us in the Southern Hemisphere. It's not as relevant, I don't think. That might just be, I don't know, you want to, my brain is just sort of saying you want to keep going, but it's like, I'm tired, I need to stop thinking. Maybe you can't turn your brain off. All right, so which does bring me into something that has become increasingly relevant in my life, and that is sleep hygiene. How are you going with your sleep hygiene? Do you have procedures in place at night time to help you get that good night's sleep? Because this human body needs sleep, water, movement, good food. And I'm going to be continuing to harp on about, well, not harp on, I'm going to be continuing to bring this up in my everyday lives because it is so important. All right, just that little reminder from somebody somewhere is enough for you to say, okay, I've been sitting long enough, I need to get up and move. Or, have I got enough fiber in my diet? Am I pooping easily enough? Am I drinking enough water? Because, you know, society and the human body's functions, the people don't like talking about it, but you must do something every day that is going to be good for your body. All right. So I've spoken about so the moon opposing Neptune at 10 a.m. Again, it's only an hour and a half. It could be that circumstances are the things that prompt change, right? It may be that the universe, Neptune, is saying, hey, what about this other thing? Have you considered that? All right. And again, empathy, compassion. We could be having people. I've got actually here in my notes Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces. Now, I heard a really good analogy yesterday, and it was specifically about the anaretic degree, which is 29 degrees of any sign. And when a planet reaches that 29th degree, they're trying to pack the house up quickly. It's like, oh my God, we need to move, and I've got to have all this done by Sunday, and it's like Friday afternoon. All right, so right now with Neptune at 29 degrees, there could be people grappling with personal challenges, or you feel like you need to conglomerate, wrap it all up, understand it quickly. Because when Neptune moves into Aries and Saturn moves into Aries, like seriously, guys, it is going to be a complete game changer because our community is Neptunian. All right, we are all spiritual people. We trust our instincts. We do go with the flow. We do oracle cards. We ask the universe for guidance. All right. So when that planet, who is all about delusion, illusion, and influence or spiritual influence, moves into Aries, which is all about fucking right, let's go. We're going to have a complete shift of the last 14 years. Like, if you have been feeling like you've just been like floating through, and like myself, I'm getting impatient. It's like I want this to be more, all right? Because I feel like I can be more. But what's the holdup? You know what I mean? So when it moves into Aries, same goes for you. If you feel like you're lacking in some area and you're getting impatient, that's the Aries energy coming through. But Neptune is like, we got loose ends to tie up. We've got to make sure that we've decluttered. All right. The moon is still in Virgo, all right, up until 11:06. So if you're feeling that impatience, maybe in the hour and a half that we have left of this Neptune opposition, and again, that's only when it's exact. You're still gonna feel it afterwards, but that's its peak. All right. So maybe you can start, decluttering, getting rid of things, selling stuff, gifting stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's just ideas that you have identified. Yesterday we were talking about our thoughts finally catching up to the reality of a situation where we're like, oh, okay, well, even though a part of me wants to do this, the reality of the situation is that that might not be the best thing for me. Is that preconditioned ideals or understandings coming in where you're like, that is not helpful. All right. So maybe the decluttering is an idea. Maybe it is actually your house. We do have Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. And in July, when it moves into Leo, what sort of work do you need to have done to benefit from Jupiter in Cancer, but also, just go with the flow, like go with the energies that are available to you. Again, there's going to be a few things this year that feel like we're wrapping up because we are. All right. So once Uranus moves into Gemini, there's the end of that Uranus in Taurus era. Once Neptune moves, end of a 14-year era. Once Saturn moves, end of a 3.5-year era. Another 30 years for Saturn. So you could actually be feeling like, I'm just, oh my God, I've got too many things to do. So that's just a very relevant feeling. I'm going to click the button again. Hello, Christy. Good morning, Sally. Hello, Heather. How are you? Heather, your place was just amazing. We loved it. So that was nice to go visit a beautiful friend yesterday as well. All right, what else have I got? Now, again, I'm just going with what I've written at the bottom here. Now, currently, Mercury is at 10 degrees of Capricorn. All right, so that is our thoughts catching up with what the sun is shining its light on. All right, now Mercury's Cazimi is on the 22nd. So that is still 13 days away. So basically 2 weeks away till Mercury gets to the superior conjunction of the sun. All right, so when Mercury is retrograde, conjunct the sun, that is the inferior conjunction. So that's the cycle of Mercury. So we're coming up to that midpoint on the 22nd, where we're going to be able to go, oh, okay, I see why all of these things have been the way they are, because the universe is trying to guide us in a specific direction. And in saying that as well, is your antenna accurately tuned in to what you want to be trying to achieve? Again, that's a daily thing. Just watching your stinking thinking, self-awareness, it is honestly the thing that I would say to anybody anytime is self-awareness is key to you getting what you want in life. Because if you are stuck in the past and other people's ideas, then you're never going to be able to clear the way for your own future to get where you want to go. So back to that, pick habits that bring you the most calm and ease, because you don't want to be picking a battle that you won't win, or fighting the flow. It's like trying to go upstream in a canoe when you're going down the rapids. It's, why fight? So sometimes you just need to stop, become aware of why you are feeling the resistance, because maybe it's not in alignment to what you're doing right now. So definitely trying to find that alignment and energetic ease. All right, energetic ease. And another one, people pleasing. This is something that I have heard so many times in the last couple of weeks. People are becoming very aware of how they people please. I don't want to do that, but I'm going to say yes because I don't want to upset the other person. But in doing that, you're upset. So that's another one that is crucial to pay attention to when you are people pleasing. All right, let's draw a card. All right, what do we got? We are at 12 minutes. Not that it makes any difference whatsoever. All right. Okay. All right, so give us the most relevant card. Oops, to summarize. No, that was just a flip. All right. This one. Yay! Oh my God. Like, isn't that just perfect? The world. All right. And your place in it. All right. Like, she is vibing out there, and I mean, all of those sacred geometry, like just being in the flow. I love that. I will read the words because I know it's way more than that. Card 21 of the Major Arcana. Yeah, no, I definitely need glasses. Okay. All right, so completion, joy, wholeness, achievement, happy endings, abundance, and success. Be careful though to not take shortcuts, and you need to follow through. All right, so the world brings one of the most positive and abundant messages in the tarot. Congratulations, you've come so far. A large project or period of your life is coming to a successful conclusion, and it's time to revel in the sweet afterglow of your success. If you're not quite if you're not quite there yet, take this card as a sign that you're on the right path. Consciously step into the world's ascension energy and welcome this beautiful shift as your inner spiritual landscape merges with your outer reality. Yeah. All right, as you reach this stage of fruition, remain focused. Don't slacken your resolve as you glimpse the magic at the end of the long journey, because it's time to follow through with your final steps and complete this cycle. Even in the shadow, the world is a positive card that signals bliss, happy endings with oodles of positive energy on the way. So the affirmation is, I accept this gift of completion and I ascend to new levels of awareness and wholeness. I am love. So I just think that is absolutely perfect to summarize the day, and going into that, don't fight the flow. Just be in like just allow the universe to guide you, and remember, like, what are you vibing out as well? Pay attention to those thoughts. That's an everyday occurrence. Now, remembering that Sun conjunct Mars, so we do have the energy to start to complete the goals. So while the moon is in Virgo, maybe you can write your to-do list, remembering that that only 3 things at a time, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. I feel like that was a whole lot of words. I hope that helps you for today. Hello, Deborah. The people pleasing awareness thingy is huge at Pleasant. I completely agree with you, Sally. I love that the collective is starting to realize that you are the most important thing in the universe. And from there out, you can then distribute your gifts accurately and whilst keeping your own energy. So, and yes, happy Friday to everybody. So good, so good. I feel like I might do a weekend report tomorrow, because we do have some. Saturday is all right, but Sunday is a little bit more, don't box me in. So maybe a little bit of a frustrating weekend. And I did feel the need to draw some cards. So pop on tomorrow. And you know what the prerequisite is? If it's working, then I'll do cards. So because it just doesn't flow if it's clunky and blah blah blah. So go have a great day. I am around all day today. So if anybody needs a chat, please reach out. For those in my class, I will see you in 15 minutes. And yeah, again, have an amazing day, everyone. Mwah.